If you're feeling stressed out and overwhelmed inside of your Teachers Pay Teachers business, then you are not alone. But you're definitely in the right place, because today we're going to be talking about 5 simple strategies for cutting down on stress and overwhelm inside of your life and inside of your TPT business so that you can focus on growing your business the way that you want to grow it and meeting your goals. Now, we're not going to waste time. Let's go ahead and get started with number 1. Number 1 is to actually take the time to make a list of all the areas in your life where you're experiencing stress and overwhelm. Now, I know this seems super basic, but trust me, it works. And we're not just going to look at the stress and overwhelm inside of our TPT business. No, we're going to look at the stress and the overwhelm in all areas of our life. Am I feeling stressed out because I can't get the dishes done? Am I feeling stressed out because my kids need help with their homework on a regular basis? Am I feeling stressed out because I have lessons to plan or papers to grade? What is causing me on a regular basis to feel stressed out and overwhelmed? Now, let me go ahead and add this in right here. Not all areas of stress and overwhelm are completely under our control, but this is where we're going to list them out, and we're going to take a look and we're going to say, is that something that I have some control over? Am I able to control whether or not my lessons get planned in a timely and orderly manner? Can I create a system for how I grade papers so that I'm not always behind? Those things that we can control, those are the things that we're going to be focusing on. So let me give you an example. One of the things that's going to stress me out and cause me to feel overwhelmed is if my house is an absolute disaster, right? If my house is a disaster, then I want to get that clean. But if I also have a lengthy to-do list over here for my TPT business, then it's going to stress me out to clean the house because I need to be working on my TPT business. But if I go and work on my TPT business, then it's going to stress me out because I have to clean the house. And so I'm kind of in a lose-lose situation. Either way, I'm going to be stressed out and overwhelmed unless I have a system in place for making sure that my house stays at a reasonable level of cleanliness so that I'm not going to be stressed out or overwhelmed while I'm working on my TPT business. Okay, so we're actually going to sit down, we're going to make a list, we're going to take inventory, and I'm even going to list the little things. Anything that could add to my stress or overwhelm, I'm going to write it down, and I'm going to start to create and implement systems inside of my day-to-day life in order to cut back on those areas of stress or overwhelm, because this is going to free up so much mental space when I sit down to work on TPT. Now, this is something I realize that most of us know we should be doing, but are you actually doing it? Are you actually sitting down and creating systems for these areas of your life that are causing you to feel stressed and overwhelmed? If you're constantly falling behind in your grading or constantly falling behind in your lesson planning, are you actually creating systems for making sure that you're getting it done? Because most of the time, the things in our life that are causing us to feel this way don't have to cause us to feel that way. We just kind of allow them to, and then over time, it becomes more and more overwhelming. So let that overwhelm and that stress be a little driver for you to create that system inside of your life so that you don't have to feel that way anymore. Let's talk about number 2, create a daily schedule. Now, this one seems really elementary and really simple, but I'm telling you, it's really powerful. And if you don't have a daily schedule, this should be something you do today. Create a daily schedule. And let me tell you why. When you create a daily schedule, you automatically create some order inside of your life. And what happens when you create order? Well, you cut down on overwhelm, because one of the reasons we start to feel so overwhelmed inside of our TPT businesses so often is because we're not sure what we're going to do, when we're going to do it, or how we're going to do it, right? We don't know the what, the when, and the how. But if I have a daily schedule, at least I know the when, right? It takes out one of those big question boxes for my business. So when I create a daily schedule, I know exactly when I'm going to be working on TPT. I know exactly when my household chores are going to be getting done. I know when I'm going to be spending time with my family, and I know when I'm going to be working on anything outside of TPT, right? So create that daily schedule. Let's move on to number 3, and let's talk about giving yourself a starting place, right? One of the things that causes us to feel so overwhelmed is that we have so many things that we want to do, We just don't know where to start. Well, if I can give myself a starting place inside of my TPT business, then that's going to make me feel less stressed out and less overwhelmed. So take a look at what it is that you want to accomplish inside of your business and just start with one of those goals. Maybe this is a goal as far as marketing is concerned. Maybe it's a goal as far as product creation is concerned. But take a look at one of those goals and just start with one of those goals. You don't need to be working to reach every single goal that you have all at the same time. If you're a classroom teacher, and you are trying to market your resources, create all new products, create pins for Pinterest, learn a new marketing platform, build your email list, et cetera, right? We're trying to do all of these things at the exact same time. You will feel overwhelmed because each one of those pieces requires that you create a system in order to operate without feeling stressed and overwhelmed. But if I'm trying to create systems for all of those things at the exact same time, then I'm going to feel stressed, I'm going to feel overwhelmed, and ultimately it's going to lead to feeling burnt out, which is what we do not want to happen. Okay, so give yourself a starting place by starting with one simple goal. And what is the main goal that I want to reach inside of my business? Maybe this month I want to focus on product creation, and maybe next month I take a break from product creation and I focus on learning this new aspect of marketing, right? And so I can focus on one thing at a time. And by doing that and giving myself a starting place, then that allows me to focus on that one thing and feel much less overwhelmed inside of my business. Let's talk about number 4. Number 4 is give each day a task. This is one of my favorite things because it means that I don't have to figure out every single week what I'm going to be doing. I know that there are basic things that I'm going to need to do inside of my business every week. I need to be working on product creation. I need to be working on marketing, and I need to be working on my rebranded teacher business, this business right here. Okay. So for me and my business, I know that every single Monday, I am scheduling out emails for the week and tying up any loose ends that I have. Now, loose ends can be something like cleaning up some SEO on older products, maybe redoing some older covers or previews, or maybe putting together a couple of bundles or things like that. But every Monday, that's what I'm going to be doing. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I know I'm working specifically on product creation. That's all I'm doing. So any time that I have set aside inside of my schedule to sit down and work on TPT, I know that I'm going to be working on product creation. I don't have to decide on Sunday what I'm going to be doing on Thursday. I don't have to decide on Thursday what I'm going to be doing on Thursday. It's always decided forever that Tuesday through Thursday, I am working on product creation. I'm making products. On Friday, I am creating videos to go along with those products, and then I'm wrapping everything up and I am sending things off to my virtual assistant so that she has everything that she needs to work on the next week, and she can be on autopilot and she can be doing everything that she needs to be doing, right? And so that's what I do on Friday. On Saturday and Sunday, I'm working on rebranded teacher stuff. I'm recording podcasts, I'm editing podcasts, YouTube videos, things like that. That's what I'm doing on the weekend. So every single day has a designated task so that I never have to wonder what it is that I'm going to do. And that's what I know that I'm always going to be working on whenever I sit down to work. This just makes things super seamless, and I highly recommend just going ahead and giving each day a task. This could mean for you that on Monday and Tuesday you work on product creation. On Wednesday you sit down and make covers and previews. On Thursdays, you upload those products to TpT and work on those keywords and SEO. And then on Friday, you rest and relax. And then Saturday and Sunday, you get your marketing stuff ready for the next week. And this may look different for every single person, but strongly recommend giving this a try because it is a game changer. Let's talk about the last one, and it's a big one. This is a really big one. Stop working when it's time to stop working. A lot of times we'll go to all the trouble of making ourselves a schedule so that we can cut back on stress and overwhelm. And we'll tell ourselves from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. every single night, I am going to work on TpT. The next thing we know, we sit down at 8 p.m. and then it's 12 a.m. and we're still sitting down and working. And somehow or another in our little minds, we have constructed that as a win. Wow, I told myself I was only going to work an hour, but I worked 4 hours. Yay me. When the reality of the situation is we just left ourselves sleep deprived, right? We just robbed ourselves of the time that we needed to reset, relax, and get the rest that we need in order to be productive the next day. And what happens when we do that? We kind of start this vicious cycle all over again. When I dip into my time in other areas of my life, then it's going to cause me to be behind in all of those other areas, because that's what a schedule is designed to do, right? A schedule is designed to make sure that I have time to do all of the things that I need to do. And so if I keep working past the amount of time that I've given myself to work on TpT, then I'm stealing into other areas of my life, which means that a schedule is not even going to serve its purpose anymore. I'm just going to continue to steal time from myself until I feel stressed out and overwhelmed in those areas of my life because I'm not getting done the things that I need to get done, even if it's just relaxing. That's very important. I'm not getting those things done that I need to get done. And so I start to feel stressed and overwhelmed there, which means I start to feel stressed and overwhelmed inside of my business because I'm behind in other areas of my life. All right. So super, super important. If you don't take anything else from this, make sure that once you've set those boundaries for yourself, you actually stick with those boundaries. Do me a huge favor. If you found this video to be helpful, help others find this video as well by liking this video and then subscribe to my channel so you can get notified when I put out future videos. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I will see you next week.